Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most incredible coin discoveries out there, the 1960 mint Mark Jefferson nickel. And hold on to your seats because this nickel has been valued at a jaw-dropping $1.1 million. That's right, $1 million nickel. Let's explore what makes this coin so rare and why collectors are going crazy for it. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel, and it's been in circulation ever since. Named after Thomas Jefferson, this iconic coin has been produced by the United States Mint for decades. But not all Jefferson nickels are created equal. The 1960 Jefferson nickel in particular is special. The 1960s were a time of change, not just in American culture, but in coinage as well. The mint was preparing to phase out silver from coins, and small changes in minting procedures caused unique varieties to emerge. That's where the story of the 1960 mint Mark Jefferson nickel begins. What sets this nickel apart is its rare mint mark variety. Typically, coins are minted in various locations like Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The mint mark tells us where the coin was produced. However, the 1960 nickel has a unique variety in which the mint mark was struck slightly different than others minted that year. Some of these coins have what is known as an *overdate* error, where the mint mark appears doubled or even mismarked. Now, why is this nickel worth $1.1 million? Let's break it down. First, only a handful of these error coins were ever produced, making them extremely rare. Rarity always drives up a coin's value. Second, the condition of the coin plays a huge role. The most valuable *1960 Jefferson nickels are in what's called *mint state or proof-like condition, meaning they've been preserved almost perfectly since they were minted. One such coin, in pristine condition, fetched $1.1 million at auction, making it one of the most sought-after nickels in the world. How can you tell if you have one of these rare nickels? Here are the key things to look for. 1. Look closely at the mint mark. Does it look doubled or unusual? This is a strong indicator of its rarity. 2. Coins in pristine, uncirculated condition are the most valuable. Even the slightest wear can reduce its value, but a well-preserved nickel could still be worth thousands. 3. Some 1960 nickels have a rare overdate error where the number 0 in 1960 appears over a 9. This kind of error adds even more to its value. Now, here's where it gets fun. There could be a rare 1960 mint Mark Jefferson nickel hiding in your pocket change or a family coin jar. Many of these coins slipped into circulation without anyone realizing their value. So, start searching. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, the hunt for rare coins like this one is thrilling. And for those wondering how you can sell a valuable coin like this, rare coins are often sold at auction houses that specialize in numismatics, like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauers. These auction houses are experts in authenticating and appraising rare coins. In fact, the $1.1 million to $1,960 Jefferson nickel was sold at an auction just like this. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1960 mint Mark Jefferson nickel, a coin that could be worth $1.1 million. It's a perfect example of why coin collecting is such a fascinating hobby. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure worth millions. So, next time you're going through your change, take a closer look. You might just find your $1 million nickel. If you enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on the latest discoveries in the world of coin collecting. Let us know in the comments if you found any rare coins yourself. We'd love to hear your stories. Thanks for watching, and we're diving deep into one of the most amazing stories in the world of rare coins, the 1961 Jefferson nickel. You won't believe it, but this nickel is valued at an incredible $1.20 million. That's right, a simple 5-cent coin that could be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Before we get into what makes this nickel so special, let's take a quick look at its history. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, featuring the iconic image of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, and his home, Monticello, on the reverse. Designed by Felix Schlag, the Jefferson nickel was meant to symbolize American strength and heritage during the tough economic times of the late 1930s. So, what about the 1961 Jefferson nickel? At first glance, it seems like any ordinary nickel, right? Well, looks can be deceiving. What sets this specific coin apart is the incredibly rare combination of minting errors and its immaculate condition. But there's even more to the story. When we talk about a coin being worth millions, one of the most crucial factors is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being considered perfect. The 1961 Jefferson nickel that reached the staggering $1.2 million price tag was graded at an astonishing MS67. That means it was in near-perfect mint condition. To put this into perspective, coins in this grade show no signs of wear, only the smallest of imperfections under magnification. But condition alone isn't everything. This 1961 nickel also has a significant error: no mint mark. For collectors, mint marks are incredibly important, as they reveal where the coin was made. Most Jefferson nickels from 1961 were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which didn't use mint marks until much later. However, there are a few coins out there with unusual characteristics or errors, and this particular nickel stands out for its lack of any mint mark. Rarity is another major factor in a coin's value. Out of the millions of 1961 nickels that were minted, only a few have survived in pristine condition. Many were circulated, scratched, or worn down over the decades, reducing their value significantly. Finding one in this rare MS67 condition, combined with a unique minting anomaly, makes this coin a true gem for collectors. So, where does this $1.2 million price come from? The key here is auction demand. This nickel fetched an incredible sum at a major auction due to the bidding wars between high-end collectors. When you have a coin that's not only rare but also in mint condition, collectors are willing to pay top dollar. After all, you're not just buying a nickel, you're buying history, rarity, and the prestige of owning one of the finest examples of this coin ever found. Now, here's the part that makes it exciting for you. There are still some of these rare nickels out there in circulation or hidden away in old collections. Who knows, you might have one of these valuable coins sitting in a jar at home. So, what should you be looking for? First, check the year 1961. Next, look closely at the condition. Does it appear almost uncirculated? And finally, double-check for any mint marks or the absence of one. If you think you've found one in good condition, it's worth getting it professionally graded. Even if it's not in mint condition, a coin from 1961 could still be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone looking for a little treasure hunt, the 1961 Jefferson nickel is definitely a coin to keep an eye out for. With a value of $1.2 million, it's proof that even the smallest coin can hold a massive fortune. Remember, history is in your hands, literally. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more incredible coin stories, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out. Who knows? The next $1 million coin might be hiding in your pocket right now. Hey coin collectors and treasure hunters! Imagine finding a humble nickel worth over $1 million. Well, today we're diving into one of the most exciting stories in numismatics, the 1962 Jefferson nickel with a mint mark, valued at an incredible $1.3 million. Could you have one in your pocket change right now? Transition to upbeat music and an animated title graphic. 1962 mint mark Jefferson nickel, $1.3 million treasure. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, it honors the third president of the United States, Thomas Jefferson, on the obverse, with his famous Monticello home featured on the reverse. While these nickels are common, certain rare varieties, like the 1962 mint mark Jefferson nickel, have become extremely valuable over time. Cut to an image of Thomas Jefferson and the Monticello building. But what makes this particular 1962 nickel so special? And how could a 5-cent coin end up being worth $1.3 million like many other Jefferson nickels? The 1962 nickel was minted in Philadelphia and Denver. But there's one version of this coin that has stunned collectors across the globe. This specific nickel has a rare error, a mint mark variety that sets it apart from the rest. The 1962 D mint mark, in particular, is where the magic lies. Coins from the Denver Mint in this year have been found with an extremely rare doubling of the mint mark. This error, known as a repunched mint mark or RPM, happens when the mint mark is punched twice on the coin, creating a visible, doubled effect under magnification. These types of errors can dramatically increase a coin's value, especially when they're discovered in older coins like the 1962 Jefferson nickel. In recent years, one specific 1962 Jefferson nickel with this rare mint mark error was sold at auction for a staggering $1.3 million. That's right, what was once a simple 5-cent coin skyrocketed in value due to its rarity and near-perfect condition. Coins that fetch prices this high must not only have unique features like the RPM error, but they also need to be in exceptional condition. Graded by experts, this nickel was classified as MS67, meaning it's in mint state and nearly flawless. Coins in this condition are incredibly hard to find, especially with rare errors. So, how can you check if you're sitting on a gold mine? First, get out your 1962 Jefferson nickels, especially ones with a D mint mark for Denver. You'll need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to examine the area around the mint mark closely. If you notice any doubling or repunching in the D mark, you might have a rare find on your hands. But remember, condition is everything. Even if you spot the doubling, the coin's grade, or how well preserved it is, will play a major role in its value. Coins that have been circulated in show wear won't fetch the same price as those in mint condition. It's time to start checking your coin jars, folks. The 1962 Jefferson nickel with the repunched mint mark is out there, and someone is going to find the next one. It could be in an old collection, a drawer full of change, or even hidden in a roll of nickels from the bank. Remember, many people don't realize they have valuable coins until they take a closer look. So don't miss out on your chance to turn a nickel into $1.3 million. Who knows, you could be the next one to hit the jackpot. The world of coin collecting is full of hidden treasures, and the 1962 Jefferson nickel with the mint mark error is just one of many stories. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the key to success is learning to spot rare coins and keeping them in the best possible condition. Cut to an image of a rare coin auction winner smiling with their coin. So, keep hunting, keep collecting, and who knows? The next big discovery could be yours. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing coin stories and tips. Let us know in the comments below if you've ever found any rare coins, and we'll see you next time on the hunt for more valuable treasures. Could you imagine a simple coin in your pocket being worth a life-changing $1.4 million? Well, believe it or not, that's the case with the rare 1963 mint mark Jefferson nickel. This nickel may seem ordinary at first glance, but there's a fascinating story behind its high value and rarity that has made it a treasure among collectors. The screen shifts to a timeline with a historical background on the coin. Let's travel back to 1963. John F. Kennedy was president, the United States was in the midst of the space race, and amidst all the monumental events, the U.S. Mint continued to churn out millions of coins, including the humble Jefferson nickel. While the majority of these coins were used for everyday transactions, a select few have become extremely valuable. One in particular, the 1963 Jefferson nickel, stands out for its astronomical worth. But what makes this 1963 nickel so special? The answer lies in a combination of rare mint errors, pristine condition, and, of course, its rarity in today's market. Most Jefferson nickels from that year were minted in Philadelphia and Denver. However, the ones with unique minting errors are the ones collectors go crazy for. Display a close-up of the coin's design, showing the bust of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. The Jefferson nickel features a portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front, or obverse, designed by Felix Schlag. On the reverse, you'll find Jefferson's famous home, Monticello. Now, most 1963 nickels you come across won't have any extraordinary value. But the one we're discussing today is part of a very exclusive group. Footage of coin grading and explaining how coins are evaluated. When it comes to evaluating coins, several factors determine their value: condition, rarity, and errors. Coins in mint state condition are especially valuable. For the 1963 nickel, only a handful of specimens are known to exist in pristine, mint state condition with rare mint mark errors. These are the coins that have attracted the attention of serious collectors and auction houses around the world. At an auction, a 1963 Jefferson nickel with the rare mint error and in mint condition sold for a staggering $1.4 million. This high price is attributed to the unique mint mark variation. Some of these nickels display an incorrect mint mark, an error during the minting process that was unnoticed at the time but has since become a prized feature. Highlight different types of mint errors with visuals, such as double strikes, off-center strikes, and rare mint marks. Mint errors can come in many forms: double strikes, off-center strikes, or even the wrong mint mark. In the case of the 1963 Jefferson nickel, it's the unique placement or doubling of the mint mark that makes it so special. These types of errors are extremely rare, which is why they demand such a high price at auction. Coins like this one aren't just valuable because of their metal content, but because they are a piece of history representing the craftsmanship and, in some cases, the mistakes of the U.S. Mint. For collectors, it's like owning a one-of-a-kind artifact, something that connects us to the past and holds immense value for the future. The value of rare coins like the 1963 Jefferson nickel has only increased over the years. As demand for these rare specimens grows and fewer are available on the market, their worth continues to rise, making them an excellent investment for collectors. Show a split screen of everyday people finding coins in their pockets and collectors inspecting coins at auctions. So, the next time you're holding a handful of change, take a second to inspect those nickels. Who knows? You might be holding onto a rare 1963 Jefferson nickel that could change your life. While finding one of these rare coins might be like finding a needle in a haystack, the possibility is part of what makes coin collecting so exciting. Return to a close-up of the 1963 nickel with text displaying its auction price. Imagine turning a simple 5-cent coin into $1.4 million. That's the allure of the 1963 Jefferson nickel: rare, mysterious, and incredibly valuable. Display information on coin grading services and tips for coin collectors. If you're serious about coin collecting or just curious, consider getting your coins graded by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. They can authenticate and assess the condition of your coins, giving you a better idea of their true value. Show clips of other rare coins and their prices at auctions. And the 1963 nickel is just one of many rare coins that have taken the world of coin collecting by storm. From pennies to dimes, the U.S. Mint has produced countless coins over the decades, each with its own unique history and potential value. Return to the image of the 1963 Jefferson nickel with final music playing in the background. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or someone just starting out, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden treasure like the 1963 Jefferson nickel, worth a staggering $1.4 million. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more amazing stories of rare and valuable coins. We're diving into one of the most sought-after coins in the world, the 1964 mint mark Jefferson nickel. This unassuming coin could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.5 million. Yes, you heard that right. If you're a coin collector or just curious, this video is for you. So stick around, and let's find out what makes the 1964 Jefferson nickel so special. Before we talk about the 1964 Jefferson nickel in detail, let's first take a quick look at the history of this coin. The Jefferson nickel has been around since 1938 and replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features an image of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side, with his famous home, Monticello, displayed on the reverse. It's been a staple in U.S. currency ever since. Now, why is the 1964 version so special? Well, this was the last year the nickel was produced using the traditional design before a number of changes were introduced in the following years. This coin marks the end of an era for Jefferson nickels, but there's more to this story than just historical significance. In 1964, the U.S. Mint was under a lot of pressure. Coin shortages were affecting the economy, and the U.S. Mint was producing billions of coins. This mass production made it difficult to control mint errors, and as a result, certain rare variations of the 1964 Jefferson nickel emerged. One of the most famous of these variations is the no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. What's even more intriguing is that the 1964 Jefferson nickels were produced in such high numbers that the mint didn't just use their facilities in Philadelphia and Denver, they also utilized several older dies and methods. This led to unique errors and variations, like the rare version of the coin that's worth $1.5 million today. Now, what makes this particular 1964 Jefferson nickel so valuable? It's all about scarcity, condition, and those all-important mint errors. The most valuable 1964 Jefferson nickels have no mint mark, which is already rare because most 1964 nickels either have a D4 Denver or P4 Philadelphia. But what truly sets this coin apart is its near-perfect condition. We're talking about coins that are in pristine mint state, meaning they look just as they did when they were first minted. Another factor is the strike quality. Some 1964 nickels were struck with a die that was either deteriorating or misaligned, creating an off-centered or doubled image. These kinds of errors drive collectors wild because they're so rare, and that rarity directly translates to higher value. The 1964 Jefferson nickel that's worth $1.5 million has been graded as nearly flawless, with an incredibly rare error. This combination of condition and error is what skyrockets its value. So, how did this 1964 Jefferson nickel become worth $1.5 million? Well, the coin in question was discovered in a private collection and later sold at auction for an astounding amount. Coin collectors and investors are always on the lookout for unique pieces like this, especially coins with historical significance, mint errors, and a perfect or near-perfect grade. Over the years, more collectors and numismatic experts have come to realize the true value of these rare coins, which is why the price has skyrocketed in recent years. It's a classic example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can turn into a collector's dream come true. Now, the big question: how can you tell if you have one of these valuable 1964 Jefferson nickels? Here's what you should look for. 1. The most valuable 1964 Jefferson nickels will have no mint mark under Monticello on the reverse side. If you have one with a D or P, it's not as valuable, though some of these coins are still worth more than face value. 2. Coins in near-perfect, uncirculated condition are much more valuable than those that have been circulated. If your 1964 Jefferson nickel looks like it's in excellent condition, consider having it graded by a professional service. 3. Look for any kind of striking errors, such as doubling of the image, off-center strikes, or die cracks. These errors are incredibly rare and can multiply the value of your coin. 4. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider getting it professionally graded by services like PCGS or NGC. A high-grade rating can significantly boost the coin's value. If you're a coin collector or just starting out, here are a few tips to help you on your journey. 1. Always handle coins by the edges and avoid touching the face. Oils from your hands can affect the value. 2. Store your valuable coins in protective cases to prevent any damage or deterioration. 3. Before selling or buying a coin, always do thorough research. Make sure you understand the market value and consult experts if needed. 4. Finding rare coins like the 1964 Jefferson nickel can take time. Keep searching, and you never know, you might just find a treasure. And there you have it. The 1964 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel is one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history, and it could be worth a life-changing $1.5 million. So, the next time you come across a handful of change, be sure to check your nickels. You never know what you might have. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries. And as always, we've got something really exciting, the 1966 mint mark Jefferson nickel. You might be wondering, how could a nickel from 1966 be worth a whopping $1.7 million? Well, you're about to find out. So, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get right into it. The 1966 Jefferson nickel is part of the series that started back in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. Jefferson nickels have been a staple of U.S. currency for decades, but what makes the 1966 edition so special? Well, let's first go over some key details about this coin. At first glance, the 1966 Jefferson nickel seems pretty ordinary, right? No mint mark, a common design, and millions of them were produced. But not all 1966 nickels are created equal. There's a rare variation of this coin that's incredibly valuable. Let's break it down. The mid-1960s was a turbulent time for the U.S. Mint. The country was dealing with a major coin shortage due to the booming economy and an increase in coin usage. To combat this, the mint made some significant changes to coin production. For starters, coins minted in 1966 did not feature a mint mark. This was part of a strategy to discourage collectors from hoarding coins, which had been contributing to the shortage. But the high demand for coins during this period meant that the mint had to push production to its limits, leading to some inconsistencies in the quality of the coins produced. One of these inconsistencies is what makes the 1966 Jefferson nickel so special. A small number of these coins were struck with highly unusual characteristics, things like doubling, misaligned dies, or even an unintentional higher quality of the strike. It's these rare variations that make the 1966 Jefferson nickel one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. First, rarity plays a massive role. Out of the millions of Jefferson nickels minted in 1966, only a handful have these rare features that set them apart. In particular, one of these coins, graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service at an incredibly high MS-68 full steps, fetched $1.7 million at auction. This is virtually unheard of for a nickel. Of the coin is key. Full steps means that all the steps on the Monticello building on the reverse of the coin are completely visible without any major wear or blemish. Coins with this level of detail are extremely rare, especially from 1966 when minting technology wasn't as advanced as it is today. This particular coin, in such pristine condition, caught the attention of serious collectors, and after some intense bidding, it sold for that staggering $1.7 million price tag. That's right, a nickel turned into a millionaire's treasure. Now, I bet you're wondering, could I have one of these rare 1966 nickels sitting in my pocket or coin jar? Well, it's possible. Here are a few things you should look out for when searching through your change or coin collection. Remember, the 1966 Jefferson nickel was struck without a mint mark, so don't be surprised when you don't see one. If you're lucky enough to spot one, closely examine the steps on the reverse. Full, well-defined steps on Monticello are a critical feature. Mint state coins, especially those without scratches or wear, are the most valuable. If your coin looks fresh off the minting press, you might be sitting on something special. Any signs of doubling, misaligned dies, or other striking errors could increase the value exponentially. While the 1966 Jefferson nickel is a standout due to its $1.7 million value, there are plenty of other Jefferson nickels that have sold for significant sums. Coins from other years, such as the 1950D and the 1939 reverse of 1940, are also worth a lot in high grades. So, don't stop at 1966. Be sure to keep an eye out for these key dates and error coins from the entire Jefferson nickel series. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1966 Jefferson nickel that's worth $1.7 million. It's amazing to think that something as small as a nickel can hold such massive value. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos about rare and valuable coins. Who knows? Your next find could be worth millions. Drop a comment below if you think you found a rare coin, and let us know what you'd like to see in our next video. We've got something really exciting, the 1966 mint mark Jefferson nickel. You might be wondering, how could a nickel from 1966 be worth a whopping $1.7 million? Well, you're about to find out. So, hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and let's get right into it. The 1966 Jefferson nickel is part of the series that started back in 1938, designed by Felix Schlag. Jefferson nickels have been a staple of U.S. currency for decades, but what makes the 1966 edition so special? Well, let's first go over some key details about this coin. At first glance, the 1966 Jefferson nickel seems pretty ordinary, right? No mint mark, a common design, and millions of them were produced. But not all 1966 nickels are created equal. There's a rare variation of this coin that's incredibly valuable. Let's break it down. The mid-1960s was a turbulent time for the U.S. Mint. The country was dealing with a major coin shortage due to the booming economy and an increase in coin usage. To combat this, the Mint made some significant changes to coin production. For starters, coins minted in 1966 did not feature a mint mark. This was part of a strategy to discourage collectors from hoarding coins, which had been contributing to the shortage. But the high demand for coins during this period meant that the mint had to push production to its limits, leading to some inconsistencies in the quality of the coins produced. One of these inconsistencies is what makes the 1966 Jefferson nickel so special. A small number of these coins were struck with highly unusual characteristics, things like doubling, misaligned dies, or even an unintentional higher quality of the strike. It's these rare variations that make the 1966 Jefferson nickel one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. First, rarity plays a massive role. Out of the millions of Jefferson nickels minted in 1966, only a handful have these rare features that set them apart. In particular, one of these coins, graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service at an incredibly high MS68 full steps, fetched $1.7 million at auction. This is virtually unheard of for a nickel. Of the coin is key. Full steps means that all the steps on the Monticello building on the reverse of the coin are completely visible without any major wear or blemish. Coins with this level of detail are extremely rare, especially from 1966 when minting technology wasn't as advanced as it is today. This particular coin, in such pristine condition, caught the attention of serious collectors, and after some intense bidding, it sold for that staggering $1.7 million price tag. That's right, a nickel turned into a millionaire's treasure. Now, I bet you're wondering, could I have one of these rare 1966 nickels sitting in my pocket or coin jar? Well, it's possible. Here are a few things you should look out for when searching through your change or coin collection. Remember, the 1966 Jefferson nickel was struck without a mint mark, so don't be surprised when you don't see one. If you're lucky enough to spot one, closely examine the steps on the reverse. Full, well-defined steps on Monticello are a critical feature. Mint state coins, especially those without scratches or wear, are the most valuable. If your coin looks fresh off the minting press, you might be sitting on something special. Any signs of doubling, misaligned dies, or other striking errors could increase the value exponentially. While the 1966 Jefferson nickel is a standout due to its $1.7 million value, there are plenty of other Jefferson nickels that have sold for significant sums. Coins from other years, such as the 1950D and the 1939 reverse of 1940, are also worth a lot in high grades. So, don't stop at 1966. Be sure to keep an eye out for these key dates and error coins from the entire Jefferson nickel series. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1966 Jefferson nickel that's worth $1.7 million. It's amazing to think that something as small as a nickel can hold such massive value. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos about rare and valuable coins. Who knows? Your next find could be worth millions. Drop a comment below if you think you found a rare coin, and let us know what you'd like to see in our next video. Hey, coin collectors and treasure hunters! Imagine finding a nickel that's worth more than $1 million. Sounds impossible, right? Well, today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of one of the most valuable nickels ever, the 1967 no-mint mark Jefferson nickel. This coin is worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million. Yes, you heard that right, nearly $2 million for a single nickel. Let's start with a bit of history. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Named after Thomas Jefferson, this 5-cent coin features a portrait of the third U.S. president on the front, while the reverse shows his famous home, Monticello. But what makes the 1967 nickel special? Well, this was during a unique period in U.S. minting history. The U.S. Mint was under immense pressure due to a nationwide coin shortage, which led to significant changes in how coins were produced. In 1967, the Mint temporarily removed mint marks from all coins, including the Jefferson nickel, to prevent collectors from hoarding certain coins. This practice continued until 1967. So, the 1967 Jefferson nickel doesn't bear any mint mark, meaning we can't easily tell where it was minted. Alright, so no mint mark on a coin from 1967 wasn't unusual, but why is this particular coin worth $1.8 million? Scene, graphics showing the details of the coin is size, weight, metal composition, and common features. The value of any coin depends on a few key factors: rarity, condition, and any errors or variations that set it apart from the rest. And this 1967 nickel checks all those boxes. Let's break down why this specific 1967 Jefferson nickel is so valuable. Millions of Jefferson nickels were minted in 1967, but very few of them were preserved in pristine condition. Over time, most of these coins were heavily circulated, making high-quality specimens extremely rare. Scene: show a well-worn 1967 nickel versus a near-mint condition 1.2. Condition is everything in coin collecting. A coin graded as mint state or MS67 is almost flawless, with very few imperfections visible even under magnification. This is where our $1.8 million nickel comes into play. The coin that fetched this insane value is in impeccable condition, graded MS67+, which is extremely rare for a coin of this age. Scene: a grading scale appears on screen, with MS67+ highlighted 3. One of the rarest features on a Jefferson nickel is having a full steps designation. This refers to the steps on the Monticello building on the reverse of the coin. To get a full steps designation, the steps must be fully struck and visible without any flattening or damage. Achieving this on a 1967 nickel is almost impossible, but the $1.8 million coin has this exact feature, making it one of a kind. Scene: zoom in on the reverse of the nickel, focusing on the steps of Monticello. Now, you're probably wondering how a 5-cent coin reached a value of $1.8 million. It all comes down to a mix of scarcity, condition, and demand among collectors. Scene: a prestigious coin auction in progress, with bidders raising paddles. The 1967 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel we're talking about was sold at a major auction where high-end collectors were eager to add this perfect example of a Jefferson nickel to their collections. Because of its full steps designation, mint state condition, and the fact that it's one of the rarest Jefferson nickels in existence, its final auction price skyrocketed to $1.8 million. So, how can you find one of these valuable coins? Here's what you need to look for. 1. Since all 1967 nickels were minted without a mint mark, you'll want to focus on the other key features. 2. Your nickel needs to be in near perfect condition. If it's heavily circulated or damaged, its value significantly decreases. Ideally, it should be uncirculated with a high grade from a professional coin grading service. 3. Check the reverse side for the Monticello steps. If the steps are fully visible and unbroken, you could be holding something special. However, even finding a full steps 1967 nickel in decent condition is incredibly rare. The 1967 no-mint marked Jefferson nickel is a true gem in the world of coin collecting. Its rarity, perfect condition, and the full steps designation make it worth its weight in gold, or should I say, platinum, at an astonishing $1.8 million. So, next time you come across an old nickel, give it a second look. You never know, it could be your ticket to becoming a millionaire. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins with incredible values, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. And as always, we're talking about the elusive and extraordinary 1968 Jefferson nickel. Believe it or not, a single 1968 nickel was recently valued at a jaw-dropping $1.9 million. Yes, you heard that right, almost $2 million for this small, seemingly ordinary coin. But how can a simple nickel be worth that much? What makes this 1968 Jefferson nickel so incredibly valuable? Well, stick around, because we're going to dive into everything you need to know about this coin, from its fascinating history to its rarest features that have collectors in awe. The 1968 Jefferson nickel was minted at the San Francisco Mint, as denoted by the S mint mark below Monticello on the coin's reverse. That year, millions of these nickels were produced. However, only a few of them have unique characteristics that set them apart from the rest, turning a common 5-cent coin into a highly valuable collector's item. The San Francisco Mint was known for producing high-quality coins, but occasionally, something unexpected happens during the minting process, an error or a unique strike that gives a coin rarity and desirability. Now, let's get into the specific reasons why this 1968 nickel is so valuable. First off, not all 1968 nickels are worth millions. The key to the extreme value lies in a few major factors: condition, rarity, and minting errors. The most significant reason this nickel is worth $1.9 million is due to a minting error. Some of these 1968 nickels were mistakenly struck with an extraordinary level of detail, particularly in their proof strikes, creating what's known as a full steps Jefferson nickel. In coin collecting, full steps refers to the 5 or 6 steps on the Monticello building being completely visible without any wear or distortion. Only a small fraction of 1968's nickels have this full step feature, and that's what sets them apart. The rarity of these pristine details makes them incredibly sought after. Now, you might be wondering, do I have one of these rare coins? Well, here's how you can identify a potentially valuable 1968's Jefferson nickel. First, check for the S Mint mark under Monticello. This means it was struck at the San Francisco Mint. Next, inspect the condition of the coin. Does it have those clean, well-defined steps on Monticello? Remember, it needs to have full steps to be worth big bucks. And finally, if you think your nickel might be one of these rare gems, it's best to have it professionally graded. A high-quality grading from companies like PCGS or NGC can confirm whether your coin is in mint condition and give it a certified grade. So, how did a 1968's nickel end up being worth $1.9 million? Well, it all went down at an auction not too long ago. A perfectly preserved 1968's nickel with full steps, in pristine proof condition, was sold for this jaw-dropping price, setting a new record for nickels. The rarity of this coin, combined with the extreme quality of its strike, made it one of the most valuable coins in history. It's proof that sometimes the smallest things can have the biggest impact in the world of numismatics. Now, I know you're all thinking the same thing. How can I find a 1968's nickel worth $1.9 million? While the chances are slim, it's not impossible. Start by checking your change, visiting coin shows, or even browsing online coin dealers. You never know, you could stumble upon a rare piece of American history. And if you have an old collection of nickels, it might be time to dust it off and start inspecting those coins closely. You could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. So, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1968's Jefferson nickel that's worth $1.9 million. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye on your nickels. You never know which one might be the next big discovery. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications on more exciting coin collecting content. Have you ever found a rare coin? Let us know in the comments below. We're diving into the fascinating world of numismatics, specifically focusing on a rare gem in the Jefferson Nickel series, the 1969's Mint Mark nickel. Believe it or not, this seemingly ordinary coin has a staggering market value of up to $1.4 million. Let's find out why this nickel is so special and how you can identify one. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the Jefferson nickel. Introduced in 1938, this coin features the profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and Monticello on the reverse. Designed by Felix Schlag, the nickel has undergone various design changes over the years, but the 1969 edition remains one of the most sought after among collectors. Now, let's zero in on the 1969's nickel. This coin was minted in San Francisco, indicated by the S Mint mark. While millions of Jefferson nickels were produced that year, the 1969's nickel stands out due to a significant error that occurred during its minting process. Some of these nickels were mistakenly struck on specially prepared planchets that resulted in an extraordinary variety, what we call a double die obverse. But what exactly is a double die? Essentially, during the minting process, a coin can be stamped more than once, causing the design to appear doubled. In the case of the 1969's nickel, this error is particularly pronounced on the date and the word Liberty. Collectors and enthusiasts go wild for coins with such errors because they are much rarer than their standard counterparts. In fact, it's estimated that only about a dozen of these 1969's double die nickels exist today. So, how much is this coin really worth? Depending on its condition, the 1969's double die nickel has fetched astronomical prices at auctions. In 2018, one such coin sold for an impressive $1.4 million, solidifying its status as one of the most valuable nickels in history. This sale not only made headlines but also reignited interest in error coins among collectors and investors alike. If you think you might have a 1969's nickel, here are a few tips on how to identify it. First, look for the S Mint mark on the reverse side, just above the Monticello building. Next, check the date for the double die feature. Look closely at the word Liberty and the year 1969 for signs of doubling. If you're unsure, consider getting your coin graded by a professional service to confirm its authenticity and value. To protect your valuable coins, always handle them with care. Use cotton gloves to prevent fingerprints and store them in a safe, dry place. If you own a valuable coin, consider investing in a protective case to keep it in pristine condition. To wrap things up, the 1969 Mint Mark Jefferson nickel is more than just a piece of currency, it's a remarkable collectible with a value that can skyrocket into the millions. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for this elusive coin. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more coin-related content, and let us know in the comments if you've ever stumbled upon a rare coin.